This video is for you to check your work on how to add and subtract while in scientific notation. For question number 1, it says how much farther is Earth from Saturn than it is from Jupiter? So thankfully, all of these numbers are already in standard notation form, so we don't have to rewrite any of them. We can just simply decide if we're going to add or subtract. When the question asks how much farther, that is going to be a subtraction problem. We want to find the difference between the numbers. So we're looking from Earth and Saturn. So Earth and Saturn is going to be this number here. So 793,800,000. And we're going to subtract it from Jupiter. So Earth to Jupiter is this number here, 390,400,000. The zeros can just be brought down because 0 minus 0 is 0. When it comes to the numbers, that's when we actually have to subtract. 8 minus 4 is 4. 3 minus 0 is 3. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 7 minus 3 is 4. Our answer would be 403,400,000. However, we're going to write that answer in scientific notation. We want to take the decimal point in the back and move it till it's behind the first number 4, which means we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. When we write our answer, the 4.034 would be our number. You keep the 0 if it's in the middle. It's always times 10, and it would be to the 8th power because we move the decimal 8 times. For number 2, it says, suppose you traveled from Saturn to Jupiter and then from Jupiter to Mars. What would be the total distance? When we have the word total, total means to add. So we're going to add our two numbers together. So the first number is Saturn to Jupiter. Saturn to Jupiter is this number here at 403,400. And then if we want to see how far it is from Jupiter to Mars, it's going to be this number here, 342 million, excuse me. And we're going to add those together. The zeros added up are just 0. 4 and 0 is going to give us 4. 3 plus 2 is going to give us 5. 0 plus 4 is going to give us 4. And 4 plus 3 is going to give us 7. Now we're going to take that answer and we're going to write it in scientific notation by moving the decimal point behind the first number, 7, which means we have to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And so we write our answer as 7.454 to always times 10 to the 8th power. For number 3, the question asks how much closer is Saturn to Jupiter than it is to Earth? When it asks the question how much is going to be a subtraction problem. So we're going to subtract the number Saturn to Jupiter, which is 403,400,000. And we're going to subtract it from Saturn to Earth, which is 793,800,000. Notice I put the larger number on top. When we are subtracting, the zeros subtract to give us just 0. They stay the same. 8 minus 4 is going to give us 4. 3 minus 3 is going to give us 0. 9 minus 0 is going to give us 9. And 7 minus 4 is going to give us 3. 390,400,000 is going to be our answer. We want to write that answer in scientific notation. And so we're going to have to move our decimal point till it is behind the first number, which is 3. meaning we have to move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And so our answer becomes 3.904. We keep the 0 if it's in the middle. Always times 10 into the 8th power. Number 4 says find the total distance from Mercury to Earth. Remember, the word total means to add. So we're going to add up Mercury to Earth. Now remember, Mercury is the very first planet in the solar system. Venus is the second planet, and then Earth. So we have to go in order. Mercury to Venus is 30,700,000. And then Venus to Earth is 26 million. We can go ahead and add our numbers. Our zeros add straight down to stay 0. 7 plus 0 is 7. 0 plus 6 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. To write our answer in scientific notation, we move the decimal point till it's behind the 5, meaning we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Writing our final answer as 5.67 times 10 to the 7th power. For number 5, it says which is closer to Earth, Venus or Mars? So Venus and Earth are 26 million apart. Earth and Mars are 48,300,000 apart. So Venus is closer to Earth. And when it says how much closer, that's going to be representative of a subtraction problem. Start with the larger number, 48,300,000. And we're going to subtract the smaller number, 26 million. Our zeros subtract straight down and stay 0. 3 minus 0 is 3. 8 minus 6 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. 22,300,000 would be our final answer. But we're going to write it in scientific notation. So we're going to move the decimal point behind the first number, 2, meaning we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And our final answer becomes 2.23, always times 10 to the 7th power. Number 6, how much farther is the Earth from Saturn than it is from Mars? So if we're talking about how much farther, how much is a subtraction problem. We're going to subtract Earth from Saturn. So Earth and Saturn is here at 793,800,000. And we're going to subtract it from Earth to Mars, which is 48,300,000. When we subtract our numbers, our zeros can come straight down. 8 minus 3 is going to give us 5. We cannot do 3 minus 8. We're going to have to borrow. So 9 becomes an 8 and 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 8 is going to get us 5. 8 minus 4 is 4. And the 7 can come straight down. 745,500,000. We're going to write that answer in scientific notation by moving the decimal point behind the first number, meaning we have to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So when we write our answer, it's 7.455, always times 10, raised to the 8th power.